What if, after about 400 years of our modern society, we're at the point where we're witnessing one machine dying while another one wakes up? So I think this question of the week is the death of an old machine. And the actual question is, what will the new machine look like? And I'm sure you can all feel it, especially if you're paying attention. The old machine is still running, still pretending to function the way it always has. But something's off. It groans under its own weight, coughing like an old engine that should have been retired years ago. We were raised to feed it our time, our energy, our loyalty, because we were told that if we did, it would take care of us. It would give us meaning, security, stability. And for a while, maybe it did work. We got paychecks, we got promotions, we got houses, cars, titles. But behind it all, there's emptiness now. The kind that creeps in during that quiet moment when you start to wonder if any of it really mattered. They're the same patterns and they keep repeating themselves. But the rewards, well, they don't hit the same. The system says keep going, but fewer people are listening. There's a feeling in the air, tight, like someone's about to snap. And no one wants to say it out loud, but deep down, we all know the machine is breaking. The signs are everywhere. The food prices, they going up. The size of the packages, they shrink. The middle class, they stretch thinner with every passing year. Everyone's working hard and yet falling further behind. The money doesn't go as far. The hours don't heal the wounds. People are starting to whisper things they used to keep to themselves about burnout, about hopelessness, about seeing a future they want to live in. And still, the machine demands more. More compliance, more productivity, more sacrifice. But for what? It's all beginning to feel like a trick we're no longer willing to play along with. We see the gears turning, but guess what? Now we're starting to see the blood on them too. So what are we supposed to do about all this? It's almost a curse being aware of it. But at the same time, we secretly know, or we feel some sort of collapse coming. When we try to act like it's normal. We post pictures of dinners we can barely afford. We smile through rising rent, housing prices, shrinking bank accounts, and silent anxiety. No one wants to admit it, how close they are to the edge. But the truth is, a lot of us are falling, quietly, internally, spiritually. There's this collective fatigue, like we've been trying to outrun a storm that's already overhead. We were told if we followed the rules, worked hard, saved, and stayed in line, we'd all be okay. But the goalposts, they keep moving. And now the rules are different. They're unspoken, enforced by fear and exhaustion. We hustle, not because we want to anymore, but because we're terrified of having even less. And yet somehow, desperate in the chaos, we adapt. We chase the next gig, download apps to track our steps, track our spending. We track our moods even. Like if we just optimize enough, it might all start making sense. But we're not machines. We're not built to function like this. Somewhere in the noise, we forgot how to rest, how to breathe, how to feel. Our connections become transactional. Our attention sold to the highest bidder. We've learned to tolerate stress if it's a badge of honor. But deep down, many of us know this isn't sustainable. Something's gotta give. And maybe this is why I'm here talking about it, because it already has, or it's already started in a lot of us. So why one machine dies? Well, in the past, it predicts another one will begin to rise. And when it rises up, it's quiet at first, almost invisible, but it's there. It's not made of steel this time, and not smoke like the one before, but of ones and zeros, code, and consciousness. What do we call it? Artificial intelligence, aka AI. Born from our own brilliance, raised on our data, trained on our mistakes. It's learning at speeds we can't match, evolving with every second that passes. It doesn't need sleep. It doesn't take breaks. It just absorbs, adapts, and accelerates. And it doesn't care how things used to be. It wasn't programmed to honor nostalgia. It was built to move forward efficiently, relentlessly. Some see it as a threat. Others see it as salvation. But maybe it's just a mirror reflecting what we've all become. Maybe it's showing us what happens when we try to function like machines, without rest, without feeling, without soul. The old world is cracking, and the new one is already forming beneath it. Jobs will change, systems will collapse, and the question isn't whether we can stop it. We can't. The question is whether we'll wake up with it, whether we'll choose to shape it or be shaped by it. It's not just an economic shift this time. It's an existential one. So, the human question. And so here we are, suspended between two worlds. Maybe Charles Dickens had it right. The Tale of Two Cities. The old machine is still sputtering behind us. The new one rising up ahead. But the real shift isn't just technological. It's spiritual. It's emotional. It's human. Maybe the reason everything's, feels like it's falling apart is because it is. But maybe that's not the end. Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's a chance to remember what really matters before we forget completely. And what is that, you ask? Connection, presence, meaning. Not the version sold to us in advertisements, but the kind you can feel when you look at someone in the eye and actually listen. When you put your phone down and go for a walk or a run. When you stop chasing more and ask, what do I really have that matters? This isn't about AI taking over. It's about us choosing who we want to be while it does. Because if we forget what it means to be human, the machines will never remind us. They'll just replace us. But if we remember if we choose presence over productivity, compassion over control, depth over distraction, that maybe we're not witnessing the end. Maybe we're witnessing a beginning. Not just one machine dying and another one waking up, but a new version of ourselves. A consciousness buried deep, finally rising, quiet at first, but undeniable. Maybe we're the ones finally waking up. Peace, everybody. I hope you're enjoying a fantastic weekend.